Colin Woolway here. Just wanted to explain a little bit about the Drumsense teaching program and what it has to offer. To start with, one thing I'm always very careful to point out when explaining the program to potential Drumsense teachers is that Drumsense is not a method. Drumsense is a program. So we're not trying to say you should not be teaching this way, you should be teaching this way. We're simply providing teachers and potential teachers with a program that they can use. We know the program works. We're into our sort of 8th, 9th year now. We've had a lot of success with teachers, especially drummers who want to teach. You don't necessarily have to be the greatest drummer in the world to be a good teacher. You have to like teaching. That's the most important thing. Anyone can be a Drumsense teacher, providing you have that desire to teach. You've got to like teaching. That's the prerequisite. If you feel that there's something lacking in your drumming, the commonest aspect is reading. A lot of people come to Drumsense and say, well, I'd like to teach drums, but I don't read too well. That isn't going to be a problem. The Drumsense provides training to its teachers, and I emphasize that it's training to use the manual. In other words, to use the program. We don't teach you to play the drums, we don't teach you to teach. We show you how to use the manual. The manual contains the program. We show you how the program works. So somebody saying, well, I'd love to teach drums, but I feel my reading is not good enough. The program will help you to do that. We'll show you how you would teach someone else to read. And of course, in the course of doing that, you would learn to do it yourself. So anything that you feel might be lacking in your playing is not a problem. The Drumsense program is incredibly comprehensive. So there's bound to be things in there that we're not comfortable with. When I devised the program myself, there were lots of things I had to look at and revisit and make sure I was comfortable with before I started teaching them to anyone else. What else does the program do for you? Well, it can give you a big sense of perspective. So when you take your beginner for their first ever drum lesson and you teach them their first ever drum kit beat, you know where you're going with that student from that moment to 6 months down the line to 1 year down the line. You have a goal that you're moving that student inexorably towards. This is extremely good for teachers. It's great to know when you see your students where it is you're taking them and what you're going to do with them next. I'm not saying, again, that everyone teaching drums is doing it the wrong way, but a lot of teachers have come to us and said, look, I'm getting this far with my students and I'm not sure where to go next. And that's where we can help. The Drumsense program can help there. Other benefits to the Drumsense subscription, if you like, include stationery. We print up all your business cards for you. We print up your letterheads. We print up flyers. We help you publicize your teaching. By using the Drumsense brand, what you are saying is that you are guaranteeing your student a good, coherent, planned lesson. Now, I find myself emphasizing yet again, we're not saying that everyone else is doing it wrong. What we are saying, though, is that someone using the Drumsense logo is guaranteeing the student a planned lesson, guaranteeing the student a program that the student can see moving from one place to the next. I think, and I know a lot of people would agree with me, it's very important for students to know what's happening in their lessons. You don't want to turn up for a lesson on any instrument and wonder why you're doing it. You know, what did we do last week? Can't remember. Well, let's do something else this week. So what are we going to do next week? I don't know. What Drumsense is saying to the student, your teacher knows what they're doing. They know where they're going with their lessons. We also provide the teacher with discounts. We have deals with Sonor drums, Zildjian cymbals, Vic Firth sticks, Aquarian drum heads, protection racket cases, Bill Sanders. We have a deal with Roland. So, you know, anything you need to buy to help equip your studio, we can help you get that. These are exclusive deals for Drumsense teachers, and they're certainly not meant for retail use. They're meant for the teacher to equip their studio. You don't go selling the drums on to your student. And finally, we can help you get all your teaching materials like books. The Drumsense Play-Along program is quite extensive. You're going to need quite a few books that you will use with your students. You can get all these at a discount. We use Rimshot Publications with Ashley Wardell. He's got a very good relationship with Drumsense. Any book you need, you go to Ashley and he'll supply you. So Drumsense is very much a support network, as well as being a program. We're helping you set up your business. We're helping you make your business look professional. We found that our biggest success rate is with drummers who would like to teach but don't know how to get started, with teachers who have established themselves to a certain extent but find that they're having trouble getting over a certain hurdle. Maybe they're getting their students so far along the line they're not quite sure where they're going with them or what to do next. We've even had some very well-established teachers who've already got good databases and a good track record of teaching look at the program and say, well, actually this is pretty much what I do, but wouldn't it be handy to have it all laid out instead of having to do all that work, writing out a manuscript? You know, the program is all laid out for them. And even a few teachers who've been pleasantly surprised at how deep the program goes, and ended up saying, well, look, I'll have a piece of this. So that's pretty much the concept. Drumsense is not a method, it's a program. The method is down to the teacher. If your method is to dress up as Batman and run around the room to get your student to do what they want to do, well, that's your method. Slightly dubious, I agree, but that's your method. We don't come and police you and say, look, you're doing it wrong or you're doing it right. Now, how do we get the teachers to achieve the program? There are two areas of this. One is you can actually come and receive training from me, actually come to my studio and I will show you how to use the program. The other is that we will send you a pre-recorded DVD with me doing pretty much what I'm doing now, which is talking to the camera, showing you how the program works. So we've got teachers in Norway and teachers in Sweden and teachers in New Zealand, in America, Australia. They don't obviously commute to my studio. We send DVDs out to them. So you can literally learn the program in the comfort of your own home. That's pretty much the nub of it. If you have any queries, you can always email info@drumsense.com. You could give me a quick call on 020-8288-0863. And we will send you an info pack. And if you have any more questions after that, we'll be happy to deal with them. Do get in touch, and thanks for listening to this.